Hey, what's up, B-Rob? This is Jared, one half the hashtag Blackout Podcast, running red light in snowy Salt Lake, Utah. Yeah, just calling you from from my hoopty, if you will, if y'all remember that. Hoopty. Anyway, so yeah, man, I'm finally catching up to the Mixed Feelings episode with Cassie McFeelington and Amanda, Jean, Mandy, McFeelington, and yeah, great episode thus far. I'm about an hour and change in. Did want to say this, shout out to them. They're one of the podcasts I listened to as well before I started doing shows. They have a pretty interesting show, pretty funny. They're sort of crazy, so like listening to them. And crazy is a good thing. They're good crazy. But I don't know what their dating thing is like, so maybe they're not good crazy. Who knows? Whatever. Anyway, so what I was trying to say was, I listened to you talk about me, talk about editing, changing up the names of hooks, rubs, and spices, and how you are dead set against that. And yeah, man, I appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, it's probably a great idea, a better idea, actually, just to go ahead and shorten it whenever I need to. If the situation arises of doing some marketing or whatever, that's how I'm going to do that. So, thank you very much for that. Appreciate that feedback. Screw the contest of the name change, but keeping it the same. You know what I'm saying? That's my heart wants. So, hooks rub all over your mixed feelings. I did that. And we blacken out. Peace.
You are now listening to Random Ramblings with Rob.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah! Motherfuckers.
What up, everybody? This your boy B-Rob, and I'm back with another edition of the Random Rambles with Rob podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week, or however you listen to podcasts. If you're a new listener, I appreciate you very much for tuning into the show and giving it a try. Kind of pressed for time here. We always fly by the seat of our pants here. And a new thing I've been incorporating into the show, I do my intros separate from my actual interviews. I'm trying to add different co-hosts, former guests of the show, or maybe somebody you never heard on the show for the ever, I don't know what I was about to say there. And today is no different. I like to hear his insights on different aspects of the professional wrestling business. And he's just an interesting dude to boot. Joining me here again today is the man himself, King Ajar.
Well, thank you for that intro. That was outstanding. So what's on your mind? What are we talking about?
Well,
Royal Rumble weekend.
Yeah. In addition to the Royal Rumble, I'm going to get your predictions here in a second. You always keep me privy to the financial side of WWE as a company. And, I think that's an interesting aspect as a fan, and I like to pick your brain on that. Have we had any financial calls or any major shifts in the financial market as far as WWE concerned? Let me know what's going on, dude.
So they're going to have their fourth quarter results call, I think, here in 2 weeks. And if you just look at the WWE stock, it's at an all-time high, right? So it ended Friday at $34.35, which is the all-time high it's ever been at. I think maybe in 4 years. And, the reason that Wall Street is very bullish on the WWE stock is because they have a television deal coming up. And the last time a lot of investors felt like they didn't get the full amount of money they could from the UFC network or from Fox because they launched their own network. And a lot of investors didn't understand that, okay, you can have your over-the-top streaming network with your archives and your pay-per-views and still have a viable television product on over-the-top cable. So now Wall Street is saying, look, we know that this next WWE deal is going to be big, maybe in the $300-400 million a year range. Just to put that in perspective, their last television deal got about $200 million. So their revenue, which their number one source of revenue is television revenue. People need to understand it's not merchandise. It's not pay-per-views. Well, there is no really pay-per-views. It's not the WWE network. It's not live events, house shows. It's television. So they're already a very healthy company. They made about $800 million last year. If they get double their TV revenue, they're going to be $1 billion a year company. That puts them in a different echelon, and Wall Street is really banking on that. A couple of things I want to throw in there for you. Number one, the UFC negotiations are not going great with Fox. And Fox has openly said that if they don't get UFC, they're going to try to fill all that programming with WWE. And they would be willing to put WWE on Monday nights on Fox.
Ooh.
Not FX, not FXX, but Fox. So a major foreign network would have Monday Night Raw Monday nights, and they would be willing to pay the equivalent of what USA pays or more for 2 hours instead of 3. Number two, I think this is really key, is if this mixed match challenge generates a lot of interest and buzz on Facebook and generates a healthy amount of advertising for them and a healthy amount of revenue for WWE, I could totally see them saying, you know what, Fox, you're going to get Monday Night Raw, Facebook, you're going to get SmackDown, or Fox, you're going to get Raw and SmackDown, and Facebook, you're going to get NXT. I really believe that NXT will be on a network, not the WWE network, the next contract cycle. And then I think what they'll do is they'll replace NXT with maybe an all-women's show. Maybe they'll put the Cruiserweight show. They'll do something different with it. Mm-hmm. But WWE, from a financial standpoint, is never been healthier. And it's kind of like this bubble that I think all of us who invest in WWE or are financially kind of savvy to it are waiting for it to burst. Because this is exactly what happened last time. They said, we're going to get all this big money. We're going to get NASCAR money. They didn't get it. But a lot of people think that that's because the network came out. But now the network was ahead of its time, right? When we think back 2014, a lot of people thought it was stupid for them to bastardize their pay-per-view business.
Yeah.
But their pay-per-view business was already dying because they weren't generating the revenue on pay-per-view. Maybe you could make the argument that they should have done this. We're going to launch a network. You're going to get every pay-per-view as part of the package except WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. You got to go. But then if you're a network subscriber, you're going to get those for 50% off. You could make a case that they could have done something like that to generate a lot more money at the beginning. But I think now that they've given everybody this $10 a month model, I just don't think there's no going back. So yeah, they're looking really good, Rob. I think the other thing we'd have to think about here is the Facebook, Amazon, Netflix aspect of the business in 2019 when their contract comes up, because those platforms are players and they have a lot of money and they might overpay just to get WWE on their network. Like Facebook could say, we're giving you $500 million. We want everything. Well, you can't turn that down if you're WWE. You just can't. Mm-hmm. It's too much money. So, things are looking really good. Even with the XFL announcement, the stock hit an all-time high because this time around, Vince did not use any WWE money. Mm-hmm. He used his own $100 million. So investors are like, hey, that's what he wants to do. Can't hold that against him, but man, WWE is hot. And, I just want to touch on this for your listeners. One of the things that WWE has struggled with for years, decades, is there is a negative connotation that wrestling fans hold to ad rates.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to say is, let's say NASCAR, for example, has less viewers than WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But NASCAR viewers spend more money than WWE fans or viewers. And I don't agree with that, but that's just the perception that Wall Street has, which is they think that the WWE just has fans who spend money on them but don't spend money on other things. That's why their ad rates are so low, and that's why from a television perspective, they can never get the really big money, because I don't know how close you pay attention to the ratings, but they outdraw the NBA, Major League Baseball, and NASCAR every week. They just don't get the ad rates because wrestling fans are seen as people who don't have money. And that's not true. Anybody who hangs around wrestling fans knows wrestling fans spend a lot of money on a lot of different things.
Yeah, especially those replica title belts.
Right. I mean, they spend a lot of money, so I don't know why they get the negative connotation that they're just not willing to spend, the money, but that's how it is. So I think with all the cross-promotion, cross-branding that these WWE stars of today are doing with these major networks, with these major sponsors, I think maybe that'll change. But if you just look at their advertising, they don't garner the same amount of revenue that the other quote-unquote major sports franchises get, or the sporting leagues get. In the aspect of
advertisements or whatever, or advertising, what do you think about wrestlers being sponsored by certain companies?
I mean, I think that can happen. I just think it's about WWE willing to let them happen. I mean, I know for a fact that, Punk talked about it, that he had many, many sponsorship deals on the table after he cut the pipe bomb, and WWE just wouldn't let him do it. And then all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar comes back and he has these deals that he had before he went back to WWE, and they let him do it, but they won't let the women, sponsor shoes or anything like that, because they want everything to be tap out, because they own 50% of tap out. But I think eventually, if they want their stars to become, the Austins, the Rocks, they're going to have to let them branch out and not keep them in that umbrella.
Or they stand the risk of people just walking away entirely and they lose all that money altogether.
Yeah, I think the thing is, though, you got to have something to fall back on. Like, if you look at The Rock, he left, but he kind of had a belief in himself that, hey, I'm going to make this Hollywood thing work. I think Cena can do it too, but how many other people in the WWE right now can can Roman Reigns walk out and say, I'm going to go be a movie star? I don't think so.
Nah, not really.
So I think a lot of them, and I think especially for the women, because I know you're a fan of independent wrestling and you have a lot of friends who are on the independents. The women wrestlers just don't make any money on the independents compared to what the men can make. You can't get Cody Rhodes type money as a woman. So I think they're kind of stuck. But hopefully, as Stephanie and Triple H kind of take over, they can allow them to branch off and do these outside wrestling things, because I just think they have a lot of star power that they need to unleash and let them kind of break through, but let them break through on their own. Not everything has to be WWE affiliated. But I think things are getting better, and it feels like the wrestlers are getting more opportunities than they have in a long time.
And I totally agree. Quickly before you go ahead and ride out of here, let's go ahead and get your predictions for the Royal Rumble.
All right. Do you want men's or do you want women's?
Well, I'm going to just breeze through the card real quick and give me a yes or no answer, or you can feel free to expand upon how much ever you can.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just going off the WWE website, going from bottom to the top. There is, on the kickoff show, Bobby Roode has a U.S. Open challenge. Any predictions on who the challenger may be, or if you even care?
Yes, I think the challenger is Dolph Ziggler, and I think Dolph Ziggler wins the title.
Oh, okay. Also, we have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus The Revival.
I think you have to give Gallows and Anderson the win here. If you're going to reunite the Balor Club, I just don't see why you have them lose to the Revival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. And also you got the factor of new guys versus veteran talent. And usually sometimes more or not, WWE lets the veterans put over the young talent. But that's a whole nother different thing. All right. We got a cruiserweight 6-man tag. We have Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and Grand Metalik versus TJP, Gulak, and Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Who you got?
I have TJP, Gallagher, and Gulak gets the pin.
I dig it. You feel them propelling him toward the cruiserweight title?
I hope so. I hope he gets the title and Ricochet comes in and beats him. But I think putting Ricochet in that division is a waste of his talent. I mean, you know how good Ricochet is. Yes. Ricochet could be the next Rock. Mm-hmm. He's that charismatic and he's that good in the ring. I just wouldn't waste him on 205.
Yeah, and he also credits some of his character to The Rock too. He does the people's moonsault and all stuff. People's moonsault. So I don't know. I think Ricochet's a star, but I wouldn't waste him on 205 Live. I got Gulak winning that match. Okay, and that's a whole nother different conversation because we had some discussions, especially with the stuff you were saying about expanding, their brand with more shows and different kinds of shows. We could talk about that another time. All right, SmackDown Tag Team Championships: The Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
One of the Usos got a DUI. The belts are gone. I think it goes to Gable and Benjamin.
I said that last night too. We recorded a random clusterfuck of predictions, and that was the same thing I said. So I can see it. Yeah. I can see it. All right, next is the Raw Tag Team Championships. Jordan and Rollins versus Sheamus and Cesaro.
Sheamus and Cesaro win the belt. Jordan somehow costs Rollins the title, and Rollins curb stomps him in Philly, and everybody goes crazy, and that's how your match ends.
All right, I dig it. I'm gonna hold you to that. Also, we have the WWE World Heavyweight title on the line in a handicap match. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles.
AJ Styles is going to win.
All right. Enough said. I believe you. All right. Triple threat match for the WWE Universal title. Kane, Braun Strowman, and Brock Lesnar.
I mean, this one's the easiest one of all. Brock Lesnar obviously is going to win.
Yeah. Because of what?
Well, if the rumors are true that Miz is putting the Intercontinental title on the line against Strowman at WrestleMania, then he can't win. Mm-hmm. And Kane, this is like his kind of send-off. Mm-hmm. I think it's Lesnar beats Kane. I think the fans give Kane a thank you, Kane. He rides off. I think Lesnar and Roman Reigns is WrestleMania. And I think that's the match they've wanted to do for 3 years. So you were there, right? You went to the first Reigns-Lesnar match.
Yes, I did. And that was the craziest fan experience I have ever been a part of, in my whole life of going to professional wrestling events.
It was great, and that was a great match. I think they'll top the first one. So yeah, that's Lesnar wins.
Yeah. All right. And I had a side note, but Undertaker and Kane. Do you think it would have been poetic justice for them to retire each other and go off together?
I think it would have been good if, you had a team, like Authors of Pain, who you call up and destroy Undertaker and Kane and give, a tag team a rub and let them go off together. Yeah, I think that would have been really good. I would have loved to seen, the War Machine or Authors of Pain or Undisputed Era. One of the new NXT teams destroy Kane and The Undertaker. But, I don't know, they just don't care about tag teams as much as they used to.
Yeah, and I just would have liked it if they just went out one last WrestleMania 1-on-1 and they just retire each other. But anyway, first time ever, 30-woman Royal Rumble. Who you got? Well, what I asked my last guest, who do you think potentially the Final Four could be? Who do you want to win, and who do you think is going to win?
Okay. Final Four. And my Final Four, I have said this all week, I'm going to stick to it. Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, Bayley. Here's what happens. Sasha Banks gets thrown out by Bayley. She finally turns heel. She comes back into the ring, throws Bayley out. It's down to Becky and Nia Jax. I think Becky wins. She's your Royal Rumble winner. She fights Charlotte. And I think Nia is the last. It's the last two. I think it's Becky and Nia. So my prediction is Becky Lynch is winning the Royal Rumble. That's my prediction. That's my final four. Who I want to win, I want Sasha Banks to win. But I think Becky Lynch is going to win the Royal Rumble.
Okay. I picked Asuka, and the whole thing of it is because it's Asuka. But I have a feeling if she's not going to win, that she's going to get eliminated earlier on in the Rumble. She's not going to stick around and be one of the final four contenders.
I think Asuka has the number one. She's the number one contender. She has a title match with Bliss. I don't know why you waste her winning the Rumble like on her. She doesn't need it. She already is the number one contender. Why? It's like Carmella winning. It makes no sense. So I think you have to give it to somebody else. Like I want to see Becky or Nia. Like I want to see Sasha win, but that's a bias. But Becky or Nia need the win, I think, the most.
Yeah.
Out of everybody on the roster, of a quote unquote top woman star, I think those two women need it. If it's Nia, great. If it's Becky, great. It has to be one of those two. I think giving it to Sasha just to get to Sasha Asuka, I think you could do that another way. I think you could do Sasha winning the Elimination Chamber or something like that. I don't think you need to give her the Rumble. But I do think Sasha's going to be number one, and I think she lasts till the end. That's another prediction.
All right. I like that. All right. The men's Royal Rumble. Same question, just with guys. Your final four. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you want to win?
Final four, men, Roman Reigns, Shinsuke Nakamura, Daniel Bryan.
You calling that, huh?
Yeah, Daniel Bryan, and he's not in the Rumble. Strowman's not in the Rumble, so let me think. I'm gonna go with somebody that's gonna surprise everybody. And this is gonna be surprise. I'm gonna say Ricochet.
Okay, it's not a possibility either. So
I'm gonna say Ricochet. He's from Philadelphia. I think it's in a Philly crowd. I think the crowd will go crazy for him. But I think it's like he makes his appearance and he goes back to NXT. But yeah I think he'll be there.
Yeah, because that's never been done before.
So here's my prediction. Daniel Bryan and Nakamura are going to win together. And your WrestleMania match is going to be Nakamura, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan for the internet wet dream.
Okay, I can dig it. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it either.
That is my prediction. I have Daniel Bryan, Nakamura being the co-winners. But if you're going to force me, gun to my head, to pick a winner, I'm going to pick Nakamura. Like, if I have to pick one person, I'm going to pick Nakamura. But I think it's going to be Daniel Bryan, Nakamura. I just think he's in the Rumble. I don't know why I think that, but I think they've teased it so much on TV that he has to have a part in this AJ Styles angle.
Yeah. I just have the feeling that if he is coming back, if he is going to wrestle, that it is going to be a major angle with Shane because they're already teasing it.
Oh, I also think if he comes back to wrestle, it's going to be with WWE. Like everybody says, oh, he's going to go to the independents, but I know we're running out of time here, but let's be honest here. His wife works for the company. Yeah. They're on Total Divas.
Yeah.
They are ambassadors for the company.
Yep.
And, he's not going to be traveling all over the world, wrestling in Japan and doing all these things. I think people have to understand that the money you can make in WWE is far greater than what you could make anywhere else. And to keep Daniel Bryan out of New Japan's hands, I think they'll pay him real big money. Just even if it's 2 matches a year, they'll pay him huge money, Undertaker type money, and he can't turn that down.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially if the Bellas come back. Oh, Women's Rumble. Here's my dark horse, Nikki Bella. That's my dark horse.
Okay, and it makes sense. I can't argue against that.
That's my dark horse. So, thank you for letting me on. Thank you for letting me co-host this little segment with you. Look forward to talking to you again after the WWE financials get released.
All right. I'll be looking forward to it, man.
All right.
All right. Take it easy.
Enjoy the Rumble.
You too.
Bye.
Big thank you once again to King Ajar for giving us a little bit of insight behind the financial side of WWE. Speaking of professional wrestling, financials, non-financials, the Royal Rumble, just professional wrestling in general, my guest this week is Goobz and Ripken. Together they form the WRASSLE Nerds, and I've come to know these guys over the past year or so, and we all grouped together in this big random podcast pool where we bet on all pay-per-view matches, WWE wise, not New Japan or anything like that. I don't think everybody watches New Japan, but we just pretty much bet on the matches, certain outcomes, and we win bragging rights and things of that nature. So I got to know them a little bit, and they also host a YouTube series called WNW. It's pretty much a weekly or bi-weekly wrestling program that they use WWE 2K for, and they have their own cast of unique characters, one of which is myself and many of the other podcasters in that pool I was telling you about. So from time to time they call me up and be like, hey man, we need you to do some voiceover work for your character, and I oblige wholeheartedly. It's fun to do. And just professional wrestling and the games are something that I enjoy as well. So it's double bonus for me to help those guys out. In addition to running the WNW on YouTube, they have their own podcast called the Derailers, to where it's Goobz, Ripken, and his wife. So they do that also, which you can find that on iTunes, Stitcher, and all those things. And we're here, man. I'm kind of flustered right now. We kind of shot through that opening pretty quick, and I got so many things going through my mind. We're packing up the house. We're trying to move the hell up out of here. We'll be in our own homestead next week. And this right here, this recording that you listen to, is the very last recording in this house. You know, I'm looking around as I say that, and I'm like, I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here. I'm ready to leave this place and finally have my own shit to where I can hang shit on the walls. I can put as many holes in the motherfuckers I want. I won't have to worry about pasting them up. Well, I will, because Mrs. B. Rob ain't having that. She's going to kick my ass. Anyway, interesting conversation with the fellas. I mean, I owe them a lot for, you know, giving me a platform to express myself creatively, you know, through freaking virtual characters on a wrestling game, you know? So without further ado, we're going to get into this edition of the Random Rambles with Rob podcast featuring Ripken and Goobz, the WRASSLE Nerds.
Jesus Christ, I didn't expect that right at the beginning. Happy with, so yeah. I'm going to tell us this story, man. I dated this chick, I'm not saying her name, and but we'll call her, what the fuck, where's that guy? I need a clue. What's the letter D? Letter D. We'll call her Diane. She was rich, but she wasn't stuck up or nothing. In fact, she was way too modest for how hot she was. But she was a hippie chick, and I swear to God, sexy as fuck, but she was spiritual. Like, she ain't materialistic at all or stuck up. I love it. I still love this woman to this day. I would have married her, but I don't think I got enough money for her or something. But you know, it's just how it is. I ain't salty. But she lived on a real big piece of property in horse country in Kentucky, and you know, rich daddy and all this. And but it was down the street from a minimum security prison. And, you know, it's kind of outside of a area, you know, like a city or some, you know, township. But, you know, rich people are there, and there's a big, it's a minimum security prison. It's just, you know, little drug offenders and theft. It's not no violent people or nothing. So anyway, it's not dangerous for real. So and then on the other side of the prison from where she lived, there was a park. And it's a real nice park, and bamboo forest, and horses running around. Like, you can feed horses grass and shit just walking around the park. Kentucky's beautiful, bro. I mean, just beautiful. But, and it just happened to be a little minimum security prison over there. Well, anyways, instead of walking, she's a hippie, bro. Like, she's got a car, but she walks everywhere. It's like, she'll walk 5-10 miles instead of driving a car. It's whatever. I mean, I love her to death. She helped me a lot spiritually. But she didn't want to walk around the street to the park, so it was quicker to cut through the prison property. So she'd always cut through the prison property, and I kept telling her, like, are you fucking stupid? Like you're kind of like literally like breaking into the yard of the, I know it's minimum security, but like, are you stupid? And it, nothing ever happened. And, one rip, bruh, like I was supposed to meet her over at the park. We was going to hang out and all this. And she never drives. Don't want me to come pick her up. Just meet me at the park. She'll walk her 3-4 miles over, cut through the prison property. Finally, some dumb fuck seen her on the goddamn monitor and thought she was an escaped prisoner. And, bro, they all run out there and tased this bitch. I warned this bitch, bro. They tased her and took her.
You need me to record anything on this end?
If you want, I'm recording both.
Okay. I'll try and record just us.
Yes, so you can have awkward conversations by yourself.
Exactly.
That'll be a new podcast. Does not have both parts of the interview. We're not interview the conversation.
I've had that happen before. I was on somebody else's show and we had like a great conversation. It was like over 2 hours of bomb content, and they only got their half of the audio.
We've done that as well.
Yeah, I have not recorded before. And then I had somebody computer crash like an hour and a half in, and then we had to start all the way over.
Oh no.
Geez.
We've had that happen recently with WNW.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
We did all the commentary and then it wasn't there.
Yeah, almost an hour's worth of commentary and it just disappeared.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the commentary for your WNW stuff, I mean, is that like scripted per se, or is it just on the phone?
No, not at all.
We just turn it on and just go.
Yeah. Some of the promos we give a general idea to, yeah.
Yes, I understand the promo part.
Yeah, but no one. Well, we know like when big things are going to happen, right? So we can just. Okay, we have to make sure to mention this, but
yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's all on the spot.
Johnny on the spot?
Yep.
Who is this Johnny?
Johnny Wishes.
Johnny 5.
Is he alive?
Yes, he is.
Yes, that was a good movie,
I love
by the
that
way.
movie.
All right, let's time travel a little bit. How did this combination of Ripken and Goobz come to be?
That was what?
He was the guy at work who had the cool T-shirts. Like I had cool T-shirts.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was back in 2005.
No,
8
or 9.
8, yeah.
You don't even know our anniversary? Damn it!
God damn, that was like a big time disparity there. It was like 2005, 2009.
I just knew it was 5 or 8, like Jumanji. But yeah, we met at work, a place where Goobz still works, and I used to work, and yeah, it was pretty much the cool T-shirt story. You know, we related through there.
Yeah, comic book T-shirts.
Yeah,
that's what brought us together. And then he had a little inkling that he liked wrestling.
Yeah, at one point in my life, I watched it, and from there, it was pretty much game over.
He started coming over for pay-per-views, and then, well, we just hung out anyways, but then got him right back into that wrestling bug.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, so you didn't always like watch wrestling with him? It was just like an occasional thing?
Yeah, no, for the most part, he kind of had to get me slowly back into it. Yeah, because I hadn't watched it in ages. I pretty much given up
playing
on
the video games helped too.
Yeah,
you like playing the games, so I always had the latest wrestling game, so we played that a lot.
Yeah.
So on the side note, favorite wrestling game of all time?
I'm gonna have to say No Mercy or the WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, I got
any of the N64 ones.
I do we play the 2K now, and no one will ever really truly know the frustrations that I think that we go through to try and make some of these matches.
Well, even your favorite remotely game.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying how frustrated it is. You know, as good as 2K, 18, 17, 16, whatever have all been. Man, you don't know frustrating till you actually try and script a match with one of these games.
Yeah, it's just like sitting there watching it. It's just like some of the stuff that y'all able to, create for the story and everything. It's just like, all right, how many takes of this did they have to do?
I won't answer that. There are literally 30-second segments, sometimes not even 30 seconds, sometimes 5 to 10 second segments that I guarantee you I sat there for 1 to 2 hours trying to get right. And yeah.
Before we even get to the WNW, I mean, we kind of established the bond, the friendship that is Ripken and Goobz and everything. What kind of made y'all gravitate toward doing the WNW or the Wrestle Nerds stuff, or even podcasting in general?
Well, we've been doing WNW technically ever since we met. We make our own characters. We always had a pretty decent sized roster. We just go make a couple guys and we'd have our own storylines and battle it out. We just never shared it with anyone. It was for us. It was our precious thing.
Yeah. And then I think it was around when 2K16 came out, it had already been out for a few months at that point. We had a big enough roster that we said to ourselves, we should just record this. We should show people this.
Because we started podcasting before that, and we're just we've always talked about doing stuff doing little skits and shit like that. Just we're both drama nerds, right? At the beginning or the start of things. So we pretty much just decided just go buy a microphone, sit down in front of it, and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was magic.
Yeah.
You were there in the beginning.
Yes, I was. It was also magical. It was just I felt the fairy dust twinkle down around the top of my head.
Fairy dust all over the place, man.
All over my face, neck, and chest.
It's the best place.
That's how the magic happens right there.
Mm-hmm.
The dusting couch.
Yeah.
The gold.
If only Hollywood used fairy dust, and it would be a different place.
Oh, yeah. And then we would be on Twitter with our profile pic saying such and such has been accused of sexual assault.
It's a tooth fairy, goddammit.
And that's
just a side note. How about that Jey Uso there?
Oh yeah, I just broke the news to my wife, and she was like, "No!"
Oh, she's a big Uso fan.
Which is he the one that's married to Naomi, or is it the other one?
I think he's the one.
Oh, is he? Oh boy, that might affect their mixed match tag team challenge chances.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking about that today too.
They didn't really say if it was alcohol or weed, though.
Not to mention the whole title reign he's currently having might be in jeopardy.
My whole thing was when I first saw that, I was like, well, it's a good thing they own the Uso Penitentiary. I mean, he shouldn't have
He'll be
any
easily
charges.
processed.
Yeah, he has a nice cell there. And they're having one of the best runs of their career, too. It's just such a shame. That usually happens to teams. They really start picking up steam, and then Samoa Joe breaks Tyson Kidd's neck, and
yeah.
Or down.
Just seems so out of nowhere. Doesn't seem like a very Uso thing to do.
And there's somebody that's destined for greatness because we got the Revival. They came up. One broke his goddamn elbow or some crazy shit.
Yep.
He came back. Then the other one broke his goddamn jaw.
Yeah.
And they just came back last night, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. As well as the triumphant return of the curb stomp.
Oh, the curb stomp came back.
Curb stomp is back, yes.
Yeah, I seen that last night, and I no shit. I stood up and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, that's surprising. I like how he kind of sold it too.
Yeah, I wanted to go.
Super excited when he did it.
I wanted to text my wife and tell her what happened, but I don't think she would have understood what the hell I was talking about. So, the what now? Are you watching American History X?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think prompted that, though? I mean, what?
Yeah, good question.
What made them say, all right, you can do this now. I don't care.
Maybe they argued that has it ever like really injured someone in the past? Because I don't think it has. I think they banned it solely on the fact that it was a headshot and it looked devastating as hell.
That's when they were having a whole bunch of concussion issues and everything like that.
Maybe now they've realized, well, fuck it, we've had a whole bunch of concussion issues without this goddamn move. We might as well fucking bring it back.
Exactly, and I think around the time or whatever they was going through that lawsuit or whatever.
Yeah. With all the past wrestlers trying to sue them for concussion problems.
It's true. It's probably not a good look to have a move like that during something like that going on.
I don't know. But yeah,
no, I didn't.
Well, it's good that it's back. It's a cool ass looking move, and it's pretty easy to sell, and you can do it on anyone. That's my favorite type of moves. The ones you can hit on, like big or small, it doesn't matter. You just get them. Get them.
And Randy Orton proved it. If reversed properly, it can look amazing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes. I have no doubt in my mind that Seth Rollins was the one that came up with that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like they had the powwow like before the match, like what they're gonna try to do and everything. And Seth was probably like, I'm gonna try to jump off your back and you RKO'd me.
How high do you think you can fling me up with your neck?
I can parkour! Flying up in the air.
The answer turned out to be quite high indeed.
Yeah, and that was like, I think the best RKO of his career.
Yes, definitely.
Oh man, like we were watching that here at the house, and we fucking went nuts when that happened.
Yeah, that was
like everyone here. I normally have a couple people over for WrestleMania, as people should, because it's like our Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Everyone just going fucking nuts. This is the best when you watch like a spot like that with a whole bunch of friends, and just everyone's amped right up.
And when I was there live watching it,
damn you, going to a whole bunch of shows.
Yeah, man, that was my first WrestleMania too.
Wow.
So I got to see the crazy ass RKO and then the cash in later on. And then
that's exciting.
That's right. That is a bonus.
And then when
I just love him whipping that belt around. Woo!
And then when Brock Lesnar's pyro went off at the top of the stadium, all the ash came down on my head.
Oh no!
You're a part of history right there.
Yes, I didn't wash my head ever since that.
The guy behind you just taps you on the shoulder. Excuse me, sir. Your skin's looking a little ashy. Could I offer you some lotion?
It's normally like that. Don't worry about it.
Ashy for life, man.
Yes, Ashy Larry.
God damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
classic character.
So, like, you say you've been doing the WNW thing like forever long. How did that even first go? What was the first encounter of y'all just like playing video games and just doing like your own commentary or whatever? It was just like, why is this dude talking about wrestling moves while I'm playing? I just want to kick his ass. What's going on?
I guess it all started with God, which one would we have played? I don't know. It was definitely a 2K or a WWE.
It would have been like 2K,
14, 12, 13, 14.
SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah. I don't know, but Goobz always, for the most part, created the same character
Steve Asai.
Yeah, year after year. He's part of season 1.
That was my backyard wrestling game growing up.
So there's that history. And then I wanted to be different. So my character was always Reggie Dynamo. And yeah, that's where it started there for creation wise, and they were always our go-to.
Yeah, they show up in the first season of WNW.
Yeah, just to kind of close it out, and I don't know, we never thought to record it, and you could tell definitely because when we first did decide to record it, it was the most budget.
Yeah, we used a cell phone to film the TV when we first started.
Yeah, we didn't know you could broadcast PS4. We didn't know you could record right off the PS4. Man, we look like the biggest amateurs in the absolute world.
Well, we are the biggest amateurs. Yeah. The underdog always wins, right?
So our first 2 WNW shows, maybe even 3, I don't know, it could be 3. Are literally recorded from a cell phone. Like
they get better from there, folks.
Pointed at the TV. So yeah.
No cuts, just straight match.
Yeah, no promos, no fanciness, just straight up wrestling. When I remember we did a Hell in the Cell match, And when we got the ending that we wanted to, we were so excited. Like, we literally, like, were jumping out of our seats, like, save it now.
Yeah, no, it's exciting when it goes perfectly the way you want, but if you're doing like a tag team match or something and you have computer involved, it's not going to go your way.
No, computers ruin everything. And yeah, we learned that quickly. So now we're pretty much at the point where we're lucky if we record a minute to 2 minutes of a match at a time. If we can get 2 minutes out of a match flawlessly, that's amazing.
We normally do like a match or two to put it together and behind the scenes here.
It definitely just started as us goofing around, playing a game, fighting back and forth for championship belts, and then it became something so much more frustrating yet exciting at the same time.
And now we got guys like all of our podcast family there on the show now with us on WW Red, which you're a part of.
Yes. And I'm also wearing red because it's my favorite color.
Perfect.
The best 3 out of 5 or whatever the hell.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, so far I am the 3 out of 5 champion.
Yes, you claimed yourself the 3 out of 5 champion. Yeah, that should be a belt. The 3 out of 5. That could be like your hardcore title that you were talking about, Rob.
Oh, I'm on it. I'm gonna do it tonight.
It's available 24/7, but you have to pin them 3 times to win it.
Yeah, so see that's the stipulation. I mean, if you get me twice and then you can't get me that third time by the time the show over, I mean, it defaults back to me.
And you go right back to 0.
Yep, exactly. It's like a 4 corners match.
You have like one of those clickers in your pocket when like people like counted at concerts and stuff like that. Just, okay, I've been pinned twice. Now I need to last this much longer.
Screw this, I'm going home.
Yeah, you tried to do that.
I did.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Exactly.
I am definitely thinking about bringing that back at some point.
With a surprise, motherfucker?
Just as like a running gag.
Or he could be at Burger King. Surprise, motherfucker.
Man, that dude is funny. Have you ever seen that guy that made that video?
Some fries?
Yeah, he's his name is Darius Benson or something like that.
I think it's along those lines.
Something like
I've
that.
Never seen this guy.
But yeah, he was the one that kind of started that whole surprise motherfucker thing. He took a clip from the TV show Dexter, and they had a black cop on there. I forget his name, but he caught Dexter doing something, and he just popped out of nowhere and said, "Surprise, motherfucker!" And it became like a meme. And then this dude was what really made it famous. He made like when Vine was a thing.
Oh yeah,
he made a whole series of vines just saying things that was similar to surprise, motherfucker. So he's like, some fries, motherfucker, hard eyes, motherfucker, supplies, motherfucker. Then he had like a small T-shirt on with the receipt is like wrong size, motherfucker.
It's so funny how people can get like famous just off of something like that, you know. It's fucking amazing.
Well, yeah, no,
you never know what you're gonna do is gonna go viral, and that's what makes this shit so freaking awesome to do.
You literally never know. Trust me, some of the weirdest stuff I've seen is like, what? Like, what is? Yeah.
And some of it is like shouldn't ever even be a thing. Like goddamn motherfuckers eating Tide Pods and shit.
I have some Tide Pods on my counter right now. Do you want to eat some, Cal? We're Ripken.
Thankfully, they have that warning now on the thing. They just look so delicious.
And we are, like you said on your past episode, that we are up here in Canada. And they do have commercials telling you, like, hide these from your kids. Don't let your kids eat these.
Yeah.
I see that commercial all the time.
And it's like, it's on the packaging as well.
Yeah, and they lock that shit tight, man. It's like the Fort Knox of laundry detergents.
Well, yeah, now I see that because they're starting to do it down here now too. I think they got the damn like the security blockers on them and the little plastic containers for them. And
soon you're gonna have to do a retinal scan to do your fucking laundry.
Biometrics.
Yes, place them here.
Welcome, B Rob. Enjoy your Tide Pods.
Country fresh scent.
They're just going to start making it to where you can fucking, it's just a delivery system and you just stick it on the down washing machine and it'll feed itself in there so you don't even got to touch the motherfuckers.
Like the mail tubes you see in movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Boom.
Or people just start using the liquid stuff.
No, fuck that. That's not futuristic.
I'm still
give me pods or give me death.
I'm still living in the past.
What, you're still using liquid, man?
Yeah, bud.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember all they had was powder detergent.
Oh,
yeah,
geez, that's the worst.
Yeah, the big sunlight box.
That's the worst.
And
that shit would get hard at the bottom. You have to get a sledgehammer out and a chisel just to get the fucking laundry soap.
Hell yes, and especially if it got a little moist in there.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want no moisture.
It's like you slanging crack on the corner or whatever. You got bricks of laundry detergent.
Who needs meth? Got meth
Who needs
here.
meth when you got sunlight?
Crystal meth here. Extra centi.
Get some of that Arm & Hammer, baby.
Oh man, yeah, people slinging detergent like drugs would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that would be fun. Motherfuckers be out there like Tyrone Biggums. Be like, come on, baby, let me get some of them Tide Pods.
There's so many different kinds.
The big jug. That'll get us high for, I know, hours.
And there was even a thing to where like I heard it somewhere else. Somebody was talking about the whole Tide Pod epidemic, and they was talking about they interviewed people at Tide or whatever, and it was like we chose the least appealing colors so people wouldn't.
No, that's definitely not
Blue,
true.
orange, and white.
That is definitely not true. The least appealing colors, you'd have to go like shit brown and puke yellow.
Yeah,
like that's unappealing.
Raw sewage brown.
But not a lot of kids care, man. You'll see small kids sitting there eating grass and shit just out of sheer curiosity. So
I saw a thing about kids like all these kids just licking shit. Like no matter where they are, just like this one kid just starts licking a window where he is and like licking shit in the store that everyone holds, like samples things. Like kids are fucking disgusting. They go around and like they'll shove anything in their mouth. It's like, oh hey, look, a dirty penny. Oh.
The parents declined to interview, and we can't figure out why.
I just seen a meme on there or whatever. It was like somebody installing the foam insulation into a wall. You know, like the pink insulation.
Yeah.
And it's like all these idiots are eating Tide Pods and everything when they don't know their walls are filled with cotton candy.
That is brilliant. Good. That is good. Yeah. No, don't eat that shit.
No,
don't eat the wall
itchy,
cotton,
man.
Don't eat the wall cotton candy.
Have you guys ever dealt with that stuff?
No. I just know it's like got like fiberglass. Shit in it. So
it gets all over you and you get itchy. It's bad.
Yeah.
Sounds like pepper spray.
Or a bad night with a hooker.
Oh yeah, that too. All over your face.
It's usually a good night that equals
all over your face and
morning.
chest.
And that's
it's usually the reveal in the morning what's bad.
Yeah, eyelashes are crusted over. You can hardly open
Of you or the hooker?
Either or.
Oh God, she didn't take my kidney, did she? Oh, thank God, I just have crabs. Woo! I love that kidney.
If I had to pick between the two, I don't know. That's a hard decision there. Lose a kidney or have crabs.
You can't shampoo a kidney back in, bro.
Yeah, that is true. I probably have to go with the crabs.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you catch enough of them, you can probably boil them or whatever, make some food.
Yeah, have some nice ramen.
Yes.
Ramen noodles with crabs.
Yeah, you know how you the little treatment thing for it or whatever. You shave half your pubes off, then you set the other half on fire, and then when they run out of the pubes, you just stab them with an ice pick.
That sounds effective.
Oh, definitely. I think my doctor told me that once.
I heard somebody say that on a comedy bit.
He's got to be careful, man. It's 2018. Someone's definitely gonna listen to that and be like, "Oh, well, then that's this is good to know. I'm on this immediately."
Yeah, exactly. Let's light my pubes on fire.
Ice pick in hand.
2 of them, just in case.
I can't really see them. Better just start going erratically.
I know, and that's another thing too. Is just like, whose fault is this?
God, I would really hope it's theirs.
I mean,
the person who did it to themselves.
No, I'm just saying, it's like, I mean, there's going to be a the one oddball just to do it just because, they got no common sense. But who do we blame? Do we blame the individual? Do we blame the parents? Do we blame the school system that this person may or may have not been in? Who's to blame for this shit?
For what, stabbing themselves in the dick while their bush is on fire, or not Tide Pods?
Unfortunately, that's the problem with today. Is there would be a large group of people who would argue that person is not to blame. Oh no, it's definitely the comedian's fault. He put the idea in his head, and then you have to argue with these people that he's a fucking comedian. He says shit that's dumb to be funny.
Yeah, and you laugh and give him money.
Yes,
that's the whole thing here.
Yeah, and some of it is make-believe.
Yes. Believe it or not, that joke about stabbing yourself with an ice pick was not meant to be a real remedy for crabs.
Yeah, he is not a doctor, nor will he ever be.
And then you have the guy in the hospital there also trying to argue, but he was so convincing, and people would actually believe that in this day and age. They'd be like, no, you're right, sir. You're right. You're not in the wrong. You sit there with your stabbed penis and we'll tell you how.
Ice pick sticking out of the
yeah. And we'll tell you how that this man is the criminal.
Oh no, it would be the girl's fault who gave him crabs in the first place.
Oh, that's true too. Yes. No, we can't forget to ruin that life as well.
I know, but
also have to drag her into the limelight.
2018, the year of ruining everything.
I know, but that's the thing, though. I mean, if you try to put it on her, she can just easily say that it was sexual misconduct.
Oh
God! Now we're opening up a whole different door here. Jesus,
she definitely could, though.
Oh, for sure she could, and people would believe that as well.
Yep.
And then,
man, the world we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then who's to say who brought said crabs to the party?
Yeah, who's the originator? Is it God? Did God bring crabs to the party in the first place? Because he invents everything, right?
Must have. Yeah, no, that's yeah.
I don't know.
In a perfect world, the guy who stabbed himself is definitely to blame. End of story. Everyone looks at him and says, "You're an absolute idiot."
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in this world, let's try
the correct answer.
Let's try and find 17 different people we can blame for this incident that this person did themselves. Clearly,
I don't know.
Terrorism.
Love it. Okay, number 1. Circle it on the whiteboard.
I don't have any more. I can't write on my whiteboard anymore. I packed all my markers.
Oh no!
Oh, you're markerless.
I know.
What's a mark without markers?
Oh, this is why we're doing a show just completely off the.
Yeah, there's no more markers anymore.
Flying by the seat of our pants. The markers are gone.
I know. Because
can't whiteboard anything.
My kids was in here recording earlier, and I didn't want to interrupt what they was recording, so I have a whiteboard right in the front, so I was just gonna write something on a whiteboard so they can see it, and I was like, "What the fuck are my markers?" And then I'm walking around the house looking for markers, and all I'm finding is permanent markers. I was like, "No."
I could try.
You better go to Walmart and get some new white erase markers.
And then I got some damn highlighter.
I could see that working as well.
Yeah, it's kind of erasable.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, but it's just like for a couple of strokes on there, and it was just like it started getting hard. Hey, wait a minute.
Right. What a highlighter.
Yes. And then I had to claim sexual misconduct, and
yeah, then you had to sue the highlighter company for turning you on because it got hard.
Yeah, man, Hollywood's in a bad place right now.
Yeah, I couldn't even believe that shit with was it Aziz or whatever?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The second anyone puts your name out there, it's pretty much over for you. It seems like this. Like, just fucking. They're not even going to give you the chance. I don't think Kevin Spacey will ever work again.
Nor he should.
That's true. But yeah,
if you scream at somebody to grab your thingy.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, so it's weird.
Hey, but
it's weird.
I mean, he could have, just how we did the circle of death. He could have circled his way out of that. He could have blamed his parents. He could have blamed society. He could have blamed the Screen Actors Guild. He could have blamed Hollywood for his actions. He tried to, but what messed him up, he tried to use the scapegoat of a hot button topic. So that doesn't work in the circle of blame.
Yeah, no, that just brought him under. Yeah, made it worse for him. Yeah.
So, because anytime you just like throw like I'm gay, that doesn't work because the gay topic as itself.
Well then,
sorry, everything's clear. Clean slate.
Jesus, thank goodness he's not a straight sexual assaulter. We're much more comfortable now.
I shouldn't be laughing, but just that whole last sentence you just said there.
Yeah, no. So Kevin Spacey's probably dead, and pretty much almost everyone else who's been outed at this point. I know John Oliver went at Dustin Hoffman for a while there.
Yeah, it's just all falling apart. Like once you take out the big kingpin, then the pawns start falling, right?
Yeah, that's just how it is. Is if one person says something, then 30,000 other motherfuckers about to jump out and be like, oh, I forgot about this guy. He did this the other night. I didn't like the movie that he took me to see, so he sexually assaulted me.
Yeah.
No,
and this stuff has been happening for years, but it's all just coming to light now. It's just like, what's taking you so long? Like, if you're
a lot of it is definitely necessary. Like, a lot of it has been the whole Weinstein thing and all that. Like, but all these, that Aziz thing was like, man, shut up. Like, get up and walk away.
And did you see his apology or whatever? His explanation?
Yes.
It's like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
In that situation, I mean, I'm not speaking for the victim or the accused, like assaulter or whatever, but it's just like, to me, looking at that, it was just like she didn't have a good time, so fuck him.
Pretty much. Like, because like I just said, if things were that uncomfortable as you were saying, then you just say, okay, well, good night.
Yeah, just leave.
I'm leaving now. It's really not that hard.
If there's only the two people there, right? Like, it's you versus her, or her versus you. Like, the conversation only happened between two people. There's no witnesses, so whatever say goes, and it's normally going to go with the accuser.
Woman. Yeah.
Everyone's going to side with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it should get to a point to where most people be like, if they had a questionable night, they should hurry up and be the first one to accuse. So you see like a big name actor accusing like some nobody, be like, Kevin Costner accuses a bartender in Alamo, Texas of touching his wiener unprovoked.
Because she served bad shrimp.
God, it's like swatting.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking swatting.
Celebrity equivalent.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
And when I was in the military still, the last couple of years I was in, I was teaching. And like, my job in the military, I was teaching to, the new Marines that would come in, and, I would train them. And I would take all the guys off to the side and be like, hey, man, be careful where you're putting your hands and your penises, because it only takes one person to say something and your career is done. You can be here in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and this other female person or whoever can be in Camp Pendleton, California, and they can say you did something and you halfway across, well, not even halfway, you all the way across the motherfucking United States, and your ass will get fried for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good lesson to be teaching people.
Yeah, well, it's but unfortunately, it's sad that you have to teach it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and then it's just like what I would tell them as well is just like when I came up in the military or whatever, there was not a lot of people to warn you of the dangers of what could happen. You know, this is like, come to work, be on time, do what the fuck you're supposed to, and go home. And I ain't got to see you till tomorrow. That's kind of what it was. But you get people that'll, you know, for the majority part, join right out of high school, never been away from home, never really had any responsibilities. Now you have this fresh 17, 18-year-old running around with their own money.
Yeah, and you're going buck wild, too.
Just, you know, no parent supervision, and you can tell them they can do whatever the fuck they want as long as they're not breaking any laws. I mean, even that's a kind of slim thing or whatever. It's just like, all right, you can do whatever you want, just don't break no laws. Now you got this 17-year-old with a bank account, and they're gonna go to the first rim shop they see and buy $24,000 rims on their credit card with like 38% APR. You know, stupid shit like that.
Yeah. It's like college. It's like college kids, you know. The same thing.
Exactly.
They get their whatever college loan, whatever you call it, and OSAP, and they go nuts, man. I knew so many people who.
I'm a prime example of that.
paid for vacations and stuff off OSAP loans, and
I didn't go that far.
You know, when you say you didn't go that far, you didn't go on a vacation. You just like bought a couple clothes and.
Well, I went on a weekend getaway with the person who's now my wife.
Aha! So you didn't go that far. You didn't go to the Bahamas.
I didn't go like on a week getaway to Mexico or nothing.
Which
might as well have.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. And I don't know, man. It's just like you have to tell them. No, I felt obligated to tell them, you know, small tidbits about that. Because, like,
well, you're the veteran, right? You got to teach the life lessons to the young bucks coming in.
I'm sure you probably saw plenty of examples of it actually happening, going down, like to know. So,
oh, buddy,
yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's something that's definitely worth knowing. Of course, I'm sure a lot of them still probably didn't listen.
No,
when you're young, dumb, and full of cum, you never listen to. Everyone gives you the best advice, and you throw it all out the fucking window. And nope, I'm going to do me. And doing you is not always the best thing to do.
You know, and usually in those instances, I would tell them about things that actually happened to me instead of just pulling shit out of, you know, for example.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I just like, hey, man. And whenever I start the story, I'll be like, I'm not saying this is going to happen to you. But I want you to be aware of what could happen, you know, and then I'll be like, hey, this happened to me. So 9 times out of 10, it could happen to you. So now that you know what to look for and what not to do. There you go. Now, if you fuck up after I tell you this, then that's on you. I did my part.
It's true. Yeah, no, you really did. Yeah.
Because they got a whole bunch of 17, 18-year-olds that come in there and be like, as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to get married. I was like, why? And then, you know, even not saying that's bad, because I can only speak for personal experience, because I was that same guy. I did that right out of high school. And like now, hindsight, I'm like my second marriage, and I'm like, why do you want to do this? And I tell them why.
It cost you a lot of money. That's why.
In some circles, yes.
Yes.
Sometimes you get lucky. Knocking on wood.
Keep your hand off of that. Come on.
Oh, sorry. I don't have the video chat up, so we're good. I've been scratching my balls.
Keep your hand on it then.
Yeah, but man, it's just, I don't know. And then even with my own kids, I'm like, hey, man, this, and this. And they not hearing that shit. And then a couple days later, this, and this. I was like, I told you.
I told you, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I say it sometimes. To the older two, at least, not the baby.
Yeah. The older two can take it.
Yeah, they're used to it. They have plenty of experience. Yeah, it's just like I'll be out with other people and it was like, oh, I'm sorry for cussing in front of your kid or whatever. I was like, they probably heard and say worse than you.
Yep.
So now you also in part with your whole, I guess you got your own little network here or whatever. You have the WNW thing going on. Also,
yes, we do.
You have.
I know what you're leading to, and
yes,
that's my favorite thing.
Oh, the Derailers, huh?
The Derailers is a lot of fun. It's me, Ripken, and my wife, Jenny B. Mm-hmm. We get a little random ourselves on our show.
I could tell.
We get very much random on our show. Same thing, like, we just sit down, put a mic on, hit a button, see what happens. It's usually magic half the time. At least 35%, I say.
I mean, now what led to that?
Well, we were doing the wrestling thing, and then we're like, we're not really. It's hard for people to go back. Like, wrestling, you have to be very on topic. Like, has to be out the same day or like hours after it happened, or else like no one's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much we realized that after a year or so doing it. We're slow learners, right? But it was so much to keep on top of, and we tried so many different things. It's like, and then we were on I think it was
Best Darn
Diddley with Mr. Most Days Off and the Whiz Kid. Check them out. It's a great show all about the Simpsons. But we were on there as the WRASSLE Nerds, and we fucked the shit out of the show. we were the first people to split their show into 2 episodes. They used to do 2 episodes of show, and we derailed them so much off topic, just like having such a good time talking and shooting the shit, that they had. Now that they do a show an episode pretty much, so we completely scarred their show for life.
And it was Homer at bat, though. We got a really good episode
Homer
to
at
work
bat.
with,
Like,
so
you could really go on about that Simpsons episode.
Yeah,
have you seen that one, Rob?
That's the one when they Mr. Burns bought the baseball team or some shit.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, recruits all the MLB stars.
Freaking hilarious episode.
Ken Griffey's grotesquely swollen head.
And then we always wanted to have our wife, Calvin's good friend, our wife, pretty much our wife. People consider us a weird, like, threesome in some ways, but that will never happen.
I still sleep at my own house. Just
no, he has his own place.
Okay.
Or does
glad
he?
you cleared that up. Now I'm gonna see your profile.
We always wanted to do something with her as well, and she was used to be shy. Then she gets into. She'd be on the show a couple times with us on the WRASSLE Nerds, and then we're like, well, why would the fuck we just do our own show, or we just derail ourselves all the time? And that's exactly what happened. Yes.
All right. Now,
I think I pitched it good enough there.
Yeah, there you go. It's like home run. Good pitch.
Don't!
Now, from what I've experienced of you guys, from the WRASSLE Nerds to the WNW stuff, and now the taking on of the Derailers, I've seen a lot of progression there or whatever. I mean, I can remember listening to you guys on doing the WRASSLE Nerds stuff, and it was just like,
and just being totally bored by it.
It's so cringy.
Yeah.
It's so bad when you go back and like looking at the first episode. It's like, what the fuck were we doing, man? Like, we're so. I was the most uncomfortable. Like,
yeah,
I was the one like
looking back at your first episode was great.
I was like sitting there shaking the whole fucking episode. Like, I don't like this, and I don't know how it's gonna go, and I don't know, man. Like, I always question even after we do it. Was that a good show? Like, man, was that good, or what's going on?
I love looking back at that first episode because it's literally, I think, one of the only ones that doesn't start there with, "Hey there, everybody, this is Goobz."
Oh, it's just me sitting there awkwardly for a half hour or whatever.
It's good times. It's good times. But thank you. Yeah, no, we feel like we've really progressed as well. We feel like we've gotten a lot better,
way more comfortable. Yeah. I'll tell you that. Jeez,
because I can remember it took me a while to start listening to the Derailers or whatever. But when the first episode I listened to, I was just like, "Who the fuck is this? This is not Goobz." It's just like it was a whole different gear, man. It was just like.
Yes.
It was just bam, bam, topics right at one line of zingers right after another. It was just like ongoing without a beat, man.
Yeah, it's like a train going 100 miles per hour and you can't stop.
And we're really hoping to up the game since the new year. So since the new year started, we're trying to add just sort of more
More segments,
spontaneous segments. Like 20 minutes into every show, we'll do something different. For one show, it was a sing along, making up our own song on the spot, improvising a whole song. And then the next show after that,
it was a PSA about horse racing.
Yes, it was. And then the next show after that, it was taking a really random news headline and just kind of not reading the story to the headline, but making up the story ourselves.
It was dolphins died on heroin at rave at zoo.
Yeah, it was a dolphin OD at a zoo rave.
Tragic.
So we really wanted to put our own twist on that.
Yeah, that's
and then
interesting.
Beyond that, we want to start. We talk a lot about our a horse named Naysay.
Yeah, he's a 1950s radio star.
Yeah, well, no, he's like that's what we want to do though. We want to do sort of like an Orson Welles War of the Worlds take, but talking about our horse it's like the $6 million horse, pretty much.
Yeah, he's the sniper rifle for an eyeball.
Exactly.
So the bionic Mr. Ed?
Yes, exactly, yes. Except he's called Naysay.
I say nay.
Yes, and his pig partner Jambon.
And that's just like a conversation that just happened organically on the show, and then like we just take those ideas.
Literally. That was Naysay was just one of the things that we ended up derailing to.
And I'd like to ask your opinion on something here, Rob. We have a bit of a conversation that got pretty heated here on the show.
Uh-oh.
And I have to ask you something.
For the love of God.
So what's your side? Okay, say you're in Amsterdam, right?
Jesus.
Picture yourself in Amsterdam right now. You're in a nice cafe. Even if you do or don't take in the kind herb, you're there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you see a man in the corner that resembles Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's sitting there, he's in his vacation attire, like wearing a Hawaiian shirt, like, but you know it's fucking Santa Claus. You're 100% sure that is Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
What do? Do you go and sit on his lap, or are you just like, no, I'm not sitting on Santa Claus's lap?
I want to establish first off.
Okay, you can say your say.
That we never once said that. No, he should. You don't know for sure it's Santa Claus, Rob. That's the thing.
No, it's Santa Claus.
Because obviously, if I was 100% goddamn certain that I was looking at Santa Claus, my mind might be changed on the whole subject. But
I asked you that on the show, and you said it doesn't matter.
That's true. I still probably wouldn't, to be honest with you. It's creepy.
All right, so I have two things for you. I have
okay, go.
I have one that'll be the hypothetical, and then the other is what would actually happen.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know what I want to hear first.
I hit you with the hypothetical.
Just go ahead. You choose.
I hit you with the hypothetical first.
Okay.
If this was said Santa Claus or whatever, I wouldn't go up to him at all. I would stay back in the shadows, and I would watch him as he went about his day. And I would get down his routine and his patterns and see, if he really
It's the military pardon Rob coming out.
Rob's going to inside man Santa Claus.
Yeah, if he really going to come up on some
Inside
elves
Santa.
or something. If he going to meet up with Miss Santa Claus. If he going to jump up in the sleigh and just kind of like dash over to Paris or something. I'm trying to see his movements. I'm trying to track Santa Claus and see what he's doing on his off time or whatever.
It's a good plan.
But
it's a good plan.
In actuality, I'd be like, that's motherfucking Santa Claus. And I'll probably try to take a picture with my camera phone from far away, and then that'll be the end of it. And put it on Instagram.
She made me feel like such a weirdo. I would totally sit on his lap, no problem.
Hey, man, you just going to sit on his lap and see what the first thing that pops up.
Hopefully it's Rudolph.
It won't be.
That's what he calls his wiener.
Oh, okay. It will be.
Bright red nose, man.
On some of my candy cane.
And that's just one of the many conversations that we ended up having on the show, which probably started with something like corn cobs or something.
No, it started off about where does Santa vacation?
Is it? Was it our winter episode?
No, it wasn't our winter episode. It was just a random episode.
They're all random episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. I can remember.
We learned from the best here. We're talking to
I know.
Mr. Random,
the Godfather.
The Godfather. I can remember the
hoe train.
I can remember one of the conversations that I tuned in on for the Derailers that tickled me pretty well. It was when you had to fight with the ostrich.
Oh, Ollie. That motherfucker, man.
That was good.
I loved him so much.
That was good.
Ended his life.
Yeah. That literally just started by saying ostriches are ugly, and then that turned into a whole... That, like, ended the show right there.
Yeah, it did.
Like
I just went off on a tangent about
like the last 10 minutes of that show. It's this completely 100% true and not fabricated story.
Yeah, no, it's true as fuck.
Goobz' friend Ollie, who was an ostrich, who betrayed him.
I went to the hospital for a long time. It came out buff as fuck and started working on an Amish farm teaching kids and fought an ostrich in a burning barn during a thunderstorm.
You're not
epic.
You're not very creative with your names. You had Ollie the ostrich. In our last episode, it was Bucky.
Bucky was a person.
What it kind of reminded me of was like the chicken fights on Family Guy.
Oh yeah, I can totally see that. And honored by that. Unlike Miles, like I don't mind Family Guy.
Yeah, it's not the best darn Peter Griffin podcast.
It would just be called podcast.
The Random Flashbacks podcast.
Oh yeah,
insert 80s podcast.
That's all what that show is. I can't even tell you the last time I watched Family Guy.
Yeah, same here.
No, I haven't watched it in a bit myself, unfortunately, but I could also say the same about The Simpsons. So it's been a while since I've watched either of them.
You just watched an episode while you reviewed on The Best Darn Diddly.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen that one before.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched any new episodes. I couldn't tell you the last season of The Simpsons I watched.
Yeah, they're like one of the longest running shows next to Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, is it? What, has Raw and SmackDown been on longer than The Simpsons?
Yeah, Raw and SmackDown is the
probably not SmackDown,
number one and number two.
Huh. Simpsons has been for like 30 years now.
I don't know.
30.
I think it's Raw and SmackDown is number one because they had that odd criteria. The longest running weekly episodic.
Yeah.
So you don't take breaks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, they really don't. There's no season finale or anything like that. Yeah, I guess they would have it. Yeah. But yeah, no, Simpsons has been going for like 30 years, 30 plus years, but I think they're coming to the end soon. I think that's what he said. He wants to focus on different things.
It will never end. Someone else will
someone else.
3D Simpsons.
At this point, there's 8,000 people out in the world who can draw all those characters and revoice them.
Yeah.
But I hope not.
Redrawing them in like different ethnicities or whatever.
Pretty much. Like, I'm waiting for that really creepy live action Simpsons movie.
I'm gonna be Homer.
All right, everyone jump.
No, I'll be Barney.
Everyone jump into the yellow paint.
Yeah, I mean they kind of touched on that when they had it was one of their Halloween specials where Homer.
Yeah, when he went all 3D.
Yeah.
That was good.
He saw the donuts and he was all excited about them.
He's like,
That was a good one.
Miles is gonna get pissed that we're talking about the Simpsons and he's not here.
Meet me in the ring, Miles.
Oh, that could happen. You're talking to the right people right now.
I know, that's why I said it.
That's right.
We can have
a random Simpsons battle.
Yeah, we can have a best darn random diddly match.
I'm sure we'll have it at some point. Don't you worry.
Hint,
We're all gonna fight one another.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yes.
As far as the scripting of the show goes, I mean, how do y'all come up with that? Is that on the fly as well, or is it just a commentary that's unscripted?
Oh, for W&W?
Yeah.
Promos are scripted for certain wrestlers. Commentary.
No, it's like how we everything, like the booking of it.
Oh, the booking. Yes, it's all scripted. It's very hard, actually. It's not easy, especially when you incorporate people that you know into it. You don't want to make anyone look bad. That's for sure.
Don't want to hurt any feelings.
Yeah. So, Yeah, no, we book pretty much in advance. So, for example, at this point, I think we booked up to the second pay-per-view, which is in the Feels in the Steels.
Yes.
Coming in February. Our own take on chamber matches, Hell in the Cells, and steel cages.
In a ladder match, I'm facing you, Rob. You better watch out. If you touch my gig championship, you're going to hell.
It's not the gig anymore, bro.
I'm still calling the gig. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because like whenever I eventually win a belt, because I know that I'm gonna be champion one day, or even if I fabricate my own and bring it with me, I mean.
No, I definitely want to give everyone the belt, or at least a belt. Maybe not that belt, but
yeah, belt on their pants.
So, maybe a nice leather belt as a Christmas gift.
Get one of them Ryback wrestling belts.
Oh yes,
the leather joint, the
pre-showstopper.
Pre-showstopper, Jesus Christ!
Was he at?
But we try and do the booking well in advance, and we try and play as many matches as we can in advance, just so they're recorded. It's a fun thing to do, but it gets pretty difficult down the line, especially when you're like us and you just want to keep incorporating more people into the roster.
Yes.
We've actually got another podcast
yes, we have.
Scheduled to join very shortly. I won't say any more than that.
No, it's a big secret.
Yeah,
here.
so there will be a couple new additions to the WNW Red roster, and eventually we will just take Red and Black and put them all together as one just massive
roster. We're going to call it WNW Bread.
I never thought of that. I like that.
Or rack.
Rack bread.
I was thinking like the Wonder Bread, like the bun, just some WNW bread.
I can see the logo now. I like it.
Toby, get on it.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Because none of us will do it. Yeah, no, shout outs to Toby Von Doom of the Secret Transmission podcast. He pretty much does all our posters and pretty much anything else that's visual.
Yeah, he helps us with the logos and everything like that. And he's the leader championship man right now. So
currently the leader champion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of upset that he denied me my best of 5.
He gave you a skirt.
He knows how that works. He knows what goes down there.
Yeah, I mean, but instead of him being the leader championship, I'm going to be the leader of this ass whooping he going to get.
Oh, shit.
That's
strong
right.
words.
That's right.
You damn right it's a shoot promo.
Yeah, we got big plans for the Feels and the Steels as well. And I mean, if you want an example, so your match would be a 4-way ladder match. For something like that, in order for it to be recorded in the way that we want it to go down, we'd have to somehow turn this 4-way into 2 one-on-ones, if you get what I mean, within the one match. Therefore, 2 people would have to separate from the other 2 people. It would make it a lot easier to record that way. Because then you can just sort of crop the other 2 out.
You get hurt on the outside or whatever.
Exactly. Or they take them down the ramp to the backstage area. That way you don't have to incorporate any computers into your match because, like Goobz said earlier, computers literally are the absolute worst. They will fuck your shit up, and it's like they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
And
there's also...
You can give a computer a finisher, like let him get his finisher and be like, okay, use it, and he's not going to use it. He'll fucking go above and beyond.
He's trying to throw you outside the ring.
Why you'll just I don't know what the AI is in those games, but it's terrible. So that's just a small example of like the real life that we go through. It would start as a 4-way, and then somehow we would have to separate 2 guys from the match in order to more easily record that match. So that's a little spoiler for your match at the next time pay-per-view, but that's how it's going to go down pretty much.
No, I think it would 2K18 kind of make it a little easier for like some of your cuts and transitions because
yes, they do.
Oh yeah,
because now they got the thing to where if you knock a guy out in like one of those specialty matches or whatever, they'll roll out the ring on their own.
Yes, I do like that.
Yeah,
I do like that
we were
very much.
Very happy when we first played a match on it. We were like, yes.
They also have a great addition of create a cutscene. So you could literally go in, pick from a number of different cutscenes. It's whether it's like before the match with handshakes, or attacking before the match,
or
the
after
ref
match,
gets
like
knocked
running
out.
with a chair shot.
Yeah. And then you can literally just choose who you want in that cutscene and where you want it to take place. I thought that was the greatest addition I had seen yet. If they didn't have stuff like this, to be honest with you, we'd probably still be working with 2K16.
Yeah, 'cause we had such a great roster.
We were
there.
comfortable with that.
Our roster on this one's building up to be pretty awesome.
It's quite epic, yes. We've got a lot of people who've come back already, and plus just a ton of new faces. But the most exciting part is definitely our friends being involved in it for once.
It's nice to have like a whole bunch of promos that you aren't doing.
Yes.
Yeah, because that was another thing, man. Y'all like, it's just like y'all changing the pitch and the gain and all kind of stuff or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like Ripken's voiced a couple of the girls, and I voiced a lot of the dudes, and it's become. I even voiced a girl too.
Yes, changing pitch is literally my saving grace for a lot of that stuff. Jenny Bean does a lot of the promos as well, but I didn't. There's a lot of women in that roster. It's a lot to put on one person to. So
there's only so many pitches you can change to.
Goobz and I thought, well, we might as well at least take a bullet and voice at least some of these women, some of the more mannish sounding ones, I guess.
Yeah. Y'all got enough women on your roster to do WNW Pink.
The first pay-per-view should be deep in the pink.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
That is good. We do plan on doing same with WWE, the Rumble, Women's Rumble, Men's Rumble.
Yeah,
the whole deal. We do love to try and do our Rumbles again. That's a very complicated task.
But it won't be during the Rumble season. It'll be like we'll surprise everyone. Like, it's WrestleMania season. Well, here's our Rumble, motherfuckers.
Basically, we'll get to the point where we'll tell ourselves, okay, well, we need a new number one contender for a certain title. How do you want to pick it? And,
a tournament.
Yeah, that'll be it. We'll be like, no, we've done literally 8 tournaments to this point, so maybe we should try something else. Yeah, we're trying to be original when it comes to our booking, but it's not easy when pretty much everything has been done.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. So we do take a lot of our inspiration from things that have already happened in WWE.
This is real life, damn it.
Yeah. So, but it's fun. It's fun nonetheless, All
right. What I tend to do when I have fellow podcasters or content creators on my show is what do you feel, or where would you want to be here with your shows and W&W here in the next 2 years?
I would love to see
more views.
Well, yeah, but like honestly, to be fair, that's never really bothered me. We
don't really care.
You can look at the views at W&W, and we've done 4.5-hour shows that have 12 views.
Yeah,
and that doesn't bother me at all.
We appreciate every one of those 12 people.
I'm still willing to make another 4.5-hour show to get 12 more views. To be honest with you, but
sorry, Jenny disappeared. A wild Jenny disappeared in the room. We're like, what are you doing?
It's snowing.
Oh, great. Oh, great. It's snowing.
It's snowing outside in Canada. Surprise.
Yeah, I was about to say, okay.
Happy spring.
It's snowing, motherfuckers.
Yeah, 2 years from now, I would. You know what? I'd be happy if WNW was still in the same place. I think it's the Derailers I would like to see in a bit of a better place. I constantly go on to iTunes in hopes that I will see a star rating for my show, and it's never there.
Because it's not.
Didn't mean to call it my show.
You have to go to
but I know
other countries to see what your stars.
So
in Canada, they won't show you.
We don't have enough
country
reviews in Canada, unfortunately, which is it's just kind of disappointing to me. It's like, God damn it! In my own country, I don't have enough.
So if you live in Canada, please rate our show 5 stars or less, whatever you feel like. We don't really care.
And yeah, we average.
we do.
We average roughly about 25 to 30 listens per episode, which again I'm very content with actually because I don't know 25 to 30 people, so that means at least some people are listening. But yeah, no, I'd like to see those numbers at least go up. If I'm going to be honest, I'd like to see the Derailers numbers go up. I'm happy just doing WNW exactly how it is, just as a hobby. I love just doing the commentary and just getting extremely frustrated with the game beyond.
Yeah, when we got into it, when we got Jenny on board with the Derailers and everything, we all just pretty much just want to have a good time. We just sit around these are conversations we just normally have with ourselves anyways. So it's like, might as well share them with the world and see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
It's like throwing a penny in the wishing well. Pennies existed up here, and they don't anymore.
WNW will still be there in 2 years. It'll probably be 2K20, whatever's out at the time.
2020, man.
Yeah.
Vision's 2020.
So hopefully they'll figure out the game by then, and it'll be a lot smoother. But I'm completely content with 12 people still watching it. Yeah. It's let's get the Derailers up to, in the hundreds of subscribers numbers, and let me finally go to iTunes and see some Canadian star ratings. I don't care if it's one. I really don't. I just want to see that people have listened and thought to themselves, I'm going to take the time to rate this.
And then you kind of like me in that vein. Y'all want somebody in Canada to give you a listen or a review or something. I'm trying to get motherfuckers in Alaska, Vermont, Idaho, in Iowa. That's the only 4 places in the United States I ain't got nobody downloading.
Really?
Oh, shit. Really? That's not bad, man.
God damn it. Alaska I can understand, but what the hell is wrong with the people of Idaho and Iowa right now? I'm extremely disappointed in all of you. You have no excuses.
I think it's something to do with their liquor laws.
Yeah, you got to be drunk enough to listen to my show.
Well, get on it, folks. Come on. It's not that hard.
I'm almost tempted to take a trip to either one of those 4 places and just download my show, then leave.
Well, if for some reason we ever wind up drunk in Idaho or Iowa, we will do that for you.
I appreciate it.
More of a plausibility than you think.
Yes.
You guys like Mexico?
Whenever you're drunk, you time travel.
That's true. That's a fact.
Yeah. Has anyone ever asked you where you would like for yourself to be in 2 years from now?
In the White House.
Yeah, I knew it.
No, not the White House, but
a White House.
A White House.
You come over here. This is a pretty White House.
Darn, I was going to say, will you be serving as vice president under President Dwayne Johnson?
Oh, that'd be sick.
Hell yeah! I mean,
the Rock and Rob connection.
Oh, that would be sweet.
I don't even want to be the vice president. I just want to be a member of his cabinet.
Yeah,
or just
definitely.
in his cabinet. I'd just be in there with the cream.
I'll fucking pick up his goddamn laundry. That's the Rock.
The Rock's cock sock. You just pick it up and clean it for him.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll do it. I'll clean that shit by hand if you ask me.
Mouthwash that shit.
But yeah, man, as far as me, definitely would like to be doing consistent video content, maybe actually moving up to the interview stage of the show to be in person with the actual people. Mm-hmm. Doing more Walmart interviews.
Nice.
And everything.
Which I've loved, by the way. Yeah. Those are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
sorry, go on.
I think that was the best one that I've done so far with freaking Miles.
Oh yes, yeah. That was awesome, by the way.
That was after a pay-per-view too.
Yeah.
We just gave our pay-per-view review in Walmart.
Couldn't picture being more fitting place.
Have you had anyone try to kick you out of Walmart?
No.
Really, eh?
No. Because I do.
You're pretty respectful when you do the videos.
Yeah,
you're not
I do it
smashing into shit and being an idiot.
Yeah. I do it really contained. It's just the camera on me. I'm not making it wildly obvious that I'm videotaping or nothing like that. So, but hey, and then another problem that I'm running into right now is just when I have somebody that's down to go hang out in Walmart and do an interview or whatever, I need to bring a third person because somebody gonna have to hold the camera.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, I got Goobz here. He's got long enough arms for the whole.
Yeah, I can do the whole.
We can pretty much do selfie mode with this guy.
I can catch 5 people in with my reach.
Yeah,
I'm 6'3" almost. So I can reach pretty far.
We were actually saying something similar recently, but not so much with Walmart. We want to try and do Comic Cons at some point in the future as well. Because it turns out it's actually quite easy to get the media pass for a Comic-Con if you're a podcast.
Yeah.
On top of that, Jenny Bean does her own sewing and
she makes her own dresses and little knickknacks and things like that.
So if we could get in not only just as people who walk around and interview people, but as, you know,
Merchant.
helping Jenny Bean sell her products. I figure that's just like a win-win. So yeah, definitely within 2 years down the road, also we'd love to try and rent ourselves a booth at any Comic-Con.
A big Comic-Con.
Well, even the small one was good. We went to a Hamilton. Was it Hamilton?
Yeah, it was Hamilton.
Was it Hamilton? Hamilton Comic-Con, yeah.
Hamilton. The Hammer.
The Hammer. Yeah, you know, so nothing like the big downtown Toronto, you know, fan expo, but, you know, just small.
That would be my goal.
Oh, yeah, no, don't get me wrong, but, you know, if I'm thinking low, you know, attainable
That's
goals.
pretty much our San Diego Comic-Con, like the big
the fan expo is downtown Toronto, yeah. But yeah, no, just even if we just get the Hamilton one and get a booth and just get to, again, you know, I feel like a good opportunity to shout out the Master Debaters, because go check them out.
Yeah, we're gonna rip them the fuck off.
Find them. Not even. I don't think you could. I don't think anyone could do what those guys do. They're their own level. They are absolutely hilarious. The questions that they ask at Comic-Cons and movie theaters and just every
bathrooms.
Random men's bathrooms. Check them out on Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, everywhere they are. Because we wouldn't rip them off, but like I just love what they do going to Comic-Cons and stuff like that. We would probably ask more normal derailer type questions, I guess, but same sort of deal. Yeah, we'd love to get into the whole Comic-Con thing, get our name out that way, maybe rent a booth, sell some of Jen's stuff.
Yeah. And I think another thing for me too is just like, I really don't care about it, but at least one time I like to go into Walmart and somebody be like, hey, you that guy that do the videos.
That would be awesome.
It'd be the greeter.
That would be awesome.
You guys have the greeters down there, just like we do up here, right? The old people at the front door.
Well, we don't have too many old people at this Walmart.
Oh, really?
No, there's pretty young stock over here.
Jeez.
It's like wherever like we go to Walmart, there's always an old person at the front. They have their little roll of stickers there if you're bringing a return, and they point you in the direction of the carts.
Yeah, but it's just like
you need to come to a Canadian Walmart, man. It might blow your mind.
Oh man, that's the goal, man. Everywhere I go, I try to go to Walmart.
Blow his mind how expensive it is compared to his one.
Yeah, no, our Walmarts are fucking pricey, man.
Well, they're not pricey, but like in comparison to a U.S. Walmart, definitely they are. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I've seen both ends of it. So
I mean, because you're Canadian.
Yeah, but you come up with that money that's double ours almost. Fucking, who cares? Just throw it around. Here, take my Monopoly money.
Yeah, but it's like your Canadian stuff is more pure. That's why it costs more.
We got that pure maple syrup, and we got that bag milk.
What?
Yeah, bag milk.
Bag milk, man.
Milk in a bag?
Milk in a bag. Yep.
Comes in 4 liters.
What?
You get 1.5 each. I think it's around that.
I think so, yeah. You get like 3 bags?
Yeah, you get 3 bags. You get 3 bags of milk and a big bag of milk.
The last time I seen milk in a bag, I was in elementary school, and they give you that with your lunch, and you just stab the little milk bag.
Yeah, no, we get big bags of
we
milk.
Get big ones, and you cut the quarter off. Then
so you can pour it. You have to buy a milk.
You have to buy milk. Yeah, you have to buy the special holder for the bags of milk. Oh, don't get me wrong, you don't have to, but it's good.
You can get cartons up here too, but like it's mostly like if you want a lot, if you have a family, you buy bag milk.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Finding out that bagged milk was not a thing in the States was more of a shock to me.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, hey. Where's the bag milk, eh?
Yep. Oh, wait, actually, that reminds me. There is a question that we wanted to ask you, Rob. Rob, okay. You go into a restaurant.
And you punch the waiter in the nuts.
How did he know the question? Damn it. That's it. No. You go into a restaurant.
Have you done that?
No. I don't have the nerve. As wild and wacky and zany as I am on air, I'm not like that for real life.
Well, unless you're shooting a hole through a fucking wall.
That's definitely a viral video for sure right there. Surprise, motherfucker! And then fucking just a shot right to the nuts. Walking out of Bob Evans like, fuck you, dude.
Well, you went to an American restaurant.
Well, I had to relate to him. We don't have Bob Evans up here, Rob. That was just for you.
Okay. I don't even know what that is either.
Oh, shit. God damn it. Really? No Bob Evans down in...
You failed, man.
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
I thought Bob Evans was like a fucking...
Bob
United
Ross?
States staple. Guess no.
Guess not.
No. And I know they don't have waiters at In-N-Out, otherwise I'd use that. But shit, Rob, you threw me off there.
Shit,
Okay, either way.
Be Whataburger down where he lives, right, Rob?
Whataburger, my God.
Yes. See, man, you don't know your American food chains like I do.
Shit, man.
I almost
Okay. Life.
Either way, you go into a restaurant, one where you have to sit down and order, and you order yourself, I don't know, a steak. I'm not even going to say. You order whatever, but you order it with gravy.
Oh, yes.
What comes to the table? What color is the gravy?
It just depends, though, man. Like,
but how? That's what you could never figure out. Why is the white stuff even called gravy? Why would you
That's not gravy, man.
That's not gravy, man. We don't have the white gravy up here. When you say gravy in Canada, you get brown gravy, and that's all you get.
But that's the baby gravy.
What? No, that's the gravy, bro.
We buy bags that say brown gravy on it.
I've seen
they're as big as the milk.
I've seen different manner of gravy. It's just like if you get biscuits and gravy, that's usually like a gray or a white. Yeah. Or
and Denny's likes their white gravy.
Yeah, same with Bob Evans. That's why I brought it up. That's why I thought.
And then
apparently.
If you get the chicken fried chicken or the chicken fried steak, that usually comes with a gray or a white gravy.
Gray? Whoa!
It's like an off white. I wouldn't say gray or whatever.
It's Manila.
The thriller in Manila.
That's crazy. No, I remember I was on vacation with my parents in the States and we went to a Bob Evans. That's why I brought it up. I can't believe you haven't heard of Bob Evans. I feel so stupid now. There were so many of them everywhere we went, but we usually went to like Buffalo. Maybe that's why. Maybe if it's northern, it's a northern states thing.
The armpit of America.
I remember I went to
send me hate mail.
I went to Bob Evans one time and I ordered, I don't know, chicken fingers with and fries with gravy on the side.
Oh, you got that white shit.
And they came with white gravy, and I was just like, "What?" I remember being so freaked out. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
get it away from me! It's bad. It's bad. It's spoiled.
Or I probably just tossed it to the side, and I was like, "So they didn't bring my gravy."
Your brother starts eating it like soup.
And this coleslaw is disgusting.
Oh, I remember my first time like down in Florida at Cracker Barrel, like going down to Florida. And then you order iced tea. You expect the iced tea that you get up here. Like, we have sweet iced tea all the time.
Yeah.
No, not the case. Man, that shit was so bad.
It's tea with ice?
Yeah.
I don't understand, like...
Wasn't like the sweet tea, like, I know I think you guys have sweet tea down in Texas.
Oh, yes. It's like, it'll make your teeth curl up. So much damn
ours
sugar.
is like that sweet. It's like a happy medium between like the shit tea and the sweet tea.
I always Arnold Palmer mine though. So
oh, you do the half and half.
Yeah,
lemonade iced tea.
That probably had to be the most delightful thing I ever seen on ESPN. It was the actual person Arnold Palmer. He walked into that little break room and he made him Arnold Palmer. And that commercial just tickled me to no end.
I bought a can of that stuff up here at some point. It's delicious.
I always thought it was an alcoholic drink.
No.
It's weird.
It's iced tea and lemonade, man. Half and half.
Shit. That's crazy.
Then my wife put me on, I forget what it is. It's half and half and tea or something like that.
Oh, a double.
I guess that's what you call it over there.
That's what us Canadians call like 2 sugar, 2 milk, or 2 cream. Double.
We call that a combo here at McDonald's.
Can I get a coffee combo, please? What do you want with it? That's what they would ask you up here in Canada.
I don't know. I'm gonna make it to Canada one day. That's on my bucket list.
Oh, you're gonna get fucked with up here.
Because I'm black?
No, not at all. You're more than welcome. I was saying, if you go to McDonald's and ask for a coffee combo, they're gonna be like, do you want an English McMuffin with it, or hash brown, or...
Oh, no, I don't. I don't even drink coffee.
Yeah, good. I hear you there.
Fuck that.
Terrible.
I've tried it, and it's just like, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't like any warm beverages or substances going down my throat.
What?
You caught it too.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee or tea.
Yeah, I mean, who drinks hot tea?
Yeah, I don't drink any tea.
Jenny loves hot tea.
I don't know this.
Shut up.
Oh, man. But anyway, man, it's been a pleasure to have you gentlemen here with me to ramble on the Random Ramblers with Rob. And
ramble we did.
Yes.
And before we ride off into that good night, go ahead and send out your shout outs and plug your things. Not your orifices, but
oh, too late.
Yeah, it's already done. Our fingers are stinky. Are we gonna do it old school, man?
Yeah, go for it.
Hey there, everybody, this is Goobz.
And I'm Ripken.
And we are the WRASSLE
/
Nerds.
the Derailers.
Choo choo.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. I am Ripken at Ripken WN.
And I'm Goobz at Goobz WN. And don't forget to follow the Derailers at the Derailers.
You can also follow the WRASSLE Nerds for everything WNW. That is at WRASSLE Nerds, WRASSLENERDS. WRASSLE Nerds.
whoop, whoop.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. The Derailers is found on iTunes and Stitcher. Again, like we said, we'd love to see some
a comment. We love to see a comment
from Canada. And that's the same for Random Ramblings with Rob. I know you're listening, fucking Idaho. I know you can hear me right now. So you better fucking get on that shit.
Goddamn.
Drop some ratings.
Yeah, fuck you, Iowa.
You can do us as well, but I'm just saying, more importantly, Random Ramblings with Rob.
I'm on a race to Iowa. I can get Iowa before Rob.
We're gonna fucking pitch Iowa like we're fucking running for mayor.
That's where Slipknot is from. I'm a huge fan of Slipknot, so I'll reach out to my maggots out there in Iowa. That's what Slipknot fans are called, and I'll get someone. I'll get a follow from Iowa.
All right, well, never mind. Then you already won that one. I can say that.
No, don't make me talk to my juggalos too, man. I'll get juggalos all over the world.
Hey, well, that might kind of work out. It's just like. Yeah. Say, he said this slanderous shit on this episode,
yes, exactly.
And that'll make them download the
I think
episode.
It could work out for all of us if we went to the Juggalo community.
Yes.
We're right up there. FBI will be after us. Think we're a gang.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're totally a gang. We are relating in gang activity for sure.
Podcasters are all gang
word of gangs. Derailers gang. What?
Jesus. He's not a part of this gang, I'll tell you that.
Thank you for having us, Rob. It's been a wonderful time.
He has to do his shit.
Well, obviously, but I'm just saying thank you back.
Well, mine's will get done in post. You know how. But I tell you what, since I've been on your show when it was a thing, you've been on my show, so I guess this is really a best of 5. Falls Count Anywhere.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this. Let's
we'll have to get you on the Derailers coming up in the February-ish.
Yeah, soon, yeah.
Yeah, and that way I'll be in my own house by then.
Oh, perfect. Well, then you let us know whenever you're in your own house, and then we'll get you in right away.
Oh, then you can it'd be like WrestleMania. Flow Rider can show up and welcome to Rob's house.
I'll probably punch him in the nuts too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really hoped Flow Rider.
Jenny hates that song. Like she wants to kill Flow Rider. His name's fucking Florida.
My name is Florida.
No, it's just like you get a girl named Desire. No, it's Desiree. Whatever.
Anyway, this is Ripken. Sorry,
I'm Goobz.
It's accent aigu on the Z.
Goobz.
Oh, shit. Thank you for having us, Rob.
Brob. Yes, I've heard that before.
I'm not surprised.
People actually called you Brob?
Yeah, I mean, because like you know how it is with social media accounts. You can't put spaces in between things.
Yeah.
And I have a thing for that stupid ass underscore shit. I don't like that. So I just put the capital B, capital R together and OB lowercase, and they'd be like, "What's up? What's up, Brob?" It's like no, that's not how it works.
And I think I might get in contact with the guys you had on your last show, man. Those guys were fucking hilarious.
What, this last episode?
What the fuck was his name?
Oh, Sean?
Yeah, Sean and Arlie,
yeah. Arlie is the man.
That guy sounded fucking hilarious, man. I'm like, he just sounds so awkward. I'm like, he would fit in perfect with us.
Yes, he would. I have his people call your people.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can say something.
Perfect.
But,
Thanks for having us, man.
We've been trying to leave for like 10 minutes.
What was that?
I said, we've been trying to leave for 10 minutes.
We're friends. We're still hugging in a circle right now. And Paige is in the middle of it. Oh.
You're trying to derail the closing.
Yeah, we do that. All right, we're good.
And that was the show for this week. Or whenever you listen to this. It might not even be the same week that I'm referencing right now. But thank you very much to Jay. No, I lied. It's not Jay. It's Jared, because they both start with J's. And, I'm fucked up in the head. But anyway, thank you to Jared, the other half of the hashtag Blackout Podcast, for his voicemail. Thank you to Hoppy, as always, for dropping us with some audio jewels. Thank you to King Ajar for being one of the co-hosts for the show today. And I don't know, I'm just trying to do it off and on. I can't guarantee that I have somebody to co-host with me every week, but whenever I can grab somebody, I have them jump on in for a couple minutes before we start the episode. And also, a big thank you to Goobz and Ripken for once again allowing me the opportunity to be a part of their project, and just being some all around swell guys, giving me that time and everything to chat with them here on the podcast. Tonight, here in the next 20 minutes, is going to be NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. I want to give a big shout out to everybody at the New Age Insiders that's over there hanging out in Philadelphia right now, enjoying the WWE festivities for the weekend. I wish y'all a great time. Hopefully no one's hurt, and I mean everybody, performers and fans alike. So be safe. Don't drink and drive. And this is going to be weird if you ever hear this, or you're going to hear this after the fact. But have fun, be safe, and don't get into any trouble. What else? I think that's about it. Join me Tuesdays on Lemur, the Lemur app. I got exclusive content that can only be found there. Just behind the scenes of the Random Rambles with Rob. It's a little show I like to call Behind the Randomness. I probably could have added a cool effect using this mixer here that I've had for 2 years and still don't know how to use it to its full capability, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, another week down, a couple of days left until we're in our own place, and I'm excited. And more excited to tell this raggedy piece of shit goodbye, and the rental company that owns it and the owner for having this raggedy ass shit here for rent for that high ass price. Anyway, yeah, as I said before, join me on Lemur Tuesdays. It's either Monday or Tuesday at the latest. Also follow me on Twitter at It's B-Rob. That's ITSBROB. If you want to talk professional wrestling and any other general shenanigans, that's the account you do it on. I'll be up to that wrestling shenanigans tonight as I record this for the NXT TakeOver special, and tomorrow for the 2018 WWE Royal Rumble. It's going to be pretty exciting. Also, the show has its own Twitter. You can follow it at 3R Show. You can follow me on Instagram at Random Ramblings W_Rob. That's long and convoluted, I know, but that sorry motherfucker already has the 3R Show username on Instagram. And you know, I always said before that the motherfucker ain't never posted no pictures, but he got 2 pictures up there now, and there's a funky ass bookshelf and some tennis shoes. Only 2 pictures. I got like 4,100 different posts on there, and he only got 2, and he won't unask the rights to 3R username. Maybe if I get famous one day, I'll buy that shit. But anyway, you can go to randomrobcast.com and find many ways that you can support the show. You can use Amazon links, bookmark them as your favorites on your web browser. And anytime you shop on Amazon.com, you don't pay extra, but the show gets a little kickback. I also have merchandise on there that I fucking need to update. So look for that here soon once we make the move and I get settled in to my own space. And I'll start producing some more content. Hey, man, if you got any shirt ideas or things you would like to see on the shirt, hit me up. We can make some things happen. Also, you can donate via Podbean. I have a Patreon account there. You can be like Brandon McIntyre and Glenn Abbott, who help out tremendously. I appreciate them very much. And Brandon McIntyre, of which is been one of the co-hosts on one of the last episodes. I think it was the last episode before this one. And I'm trying to get Glenn on to be a co-host, and we'll get that set up in the future. Also, you can donate via PayPal. I also have an Amazon wish list where you can donate equipment to the show so I can get out there in these streets of Houston and get some video footage out there for you, do some interviews in the Walmart and stuff like that. But most importantly, I mean, I know I just said all this stuff, how ways you can donate to the show and give money and all kinds of things to help this thing expand and grow and be bigger than what it already is. But the most important thing you can do, fuck all that shit. You don't have to give me any money. You know, I'm doing fine, you know, as is. Fuck the money. The most important thing you can do for this show is like, listen, subscribe, retweet, tell a friend to listen, especially if you're in Idaho, Vermont, or Alaska. See, I'm down to 3, baby. We already got some in Hawaii. We already got some in Iowa, so we can scratch them off the list. All I need is 1 download, 1 listen in Idaho, Vermont, or Alaska. And I got total coverage in the United States. I don't care if you don't even listen to me ever again there. I just want 1 play, 1 download in either one of those states. But hey, man, reviews, release some reviews, whether it's good or bad. Just give me something, you know, love the feedback. And I know I haven't plugged it enough, and you think it'd be a part of the show by now. Cause I mean, I get voicemails every week from Hoppy and sometimes Jarrett and whoever else decides to leave a voicemail, but you can leave a voicemail too at 304-825-5762. That's 304 Talk Rob. I think that I said that right. I haven't said it in so long. But yeah, leave me a random voicemail. It can be about anything. It could be plugging your podcast and putting yourself over. That's what this show is for. This show is for you. It's for me in the sense that it's mine. I own it. I pay the bills on it. But the show is for you, the listener, the guest, everybody. And that's about it. So next week, hopefully I'll be set up in the new crib, continue to bring you the audio assault on your eardrums. And with that being said, hey, I'll see you next time.
Hush Your Face is coming straight to your ears. A podcast network that's changing gears, bringing fresh funky pods with a fresh funky beat. A family of pods that are bringing the heat. There ain't no stopping us. Keep coming back to us, sick ass pods that'll make you hush. www Hush Your Face. www Hush Your Face. www hushyourface.com.